When you are a small content creator and you don't see any relevant growth for months, even if you upload frequently, you will almost surely consider quitting.
I give up.
Especially when you put in a lot of effort on a video that ultimately didn't perform well. That's what happened to me and to many other creators. Maybe it also happened to you too. Let me know if it did. Then you'll search on YouTube and you'll find many videos that will tell you to just be consistent and your time to blow up will come for sure. We all wish it was that easy, but unfortunately it isn't.
It's really hard.
Consistency is important, for sure.
It's obvious.
But not everyone can afford being consistent to the schedule that many content creators swear by. Something like upload at least 3 shorts per week or 1 long-form video per week. These types of advice will only make you feel more stressed when you are not able to keep up. Especially when you want to go all in into content creation like I did, which is definitely not good when you're just starting.
That is a dumb, stupid, dumb idea.
Also, you cannot follow every single piece of advice literally. I learned that the hard way. Consistency though is still a key word in this. And here is the first mistake that many people, including myself, had made, which is choosing an unsustainable upload schedule. But how and why a schedule can be unsustainable? Well, there are 3 main reasons. The first one is content selection. So, let's say you want to make a YouTube short that summarizes a really cool game that you played, or maybe the history of a music genre, or any kind of complicated tutorial. These topics are really difficult and time-consuming to make them work into YouTube Shorts. A contributing factor is definitely the shortened attention span of short-form consumers that will require you to put much more effort in a single video. That will probably be lost in the algorithm in like 2 days. And again, as many gurus will have told you, you need to post at least 3 of those a week. You get what I'm saying. But one thing that you should consider is that these kind of videos will perform well in a certain scenario. Which, guess what it is? Long-form YouTube content, obviously. But Wisney, I still want to post at least 3 shorts per week. Yeah, I know. But if you want to do that, you'll need to choose a more simple format that still appeals to the viewers. So you'll need a really strong hook, or catchphrase, as you want to call it. And you'll need to center your short around the concept of relatability, life/relationship advice, quick fixes and solutions to problems, curiosity/fun facts, and last but not least we have the funny moments. These are the categories of content that apparently perform better in short format. So you better check that your short idea fits at least one of these categories if you want views and engagement. Because if you don't care, you do whatever you want. But if you wanna grow, you need to follow some rules. Unfortunately, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
The second reason of why you can stay consistent in that way is... well, it's time. And that is simply because you have a quite busy life outside of the internet. So you may have a job that you shouldn't quit to make YouTube videos, by the way, if that wasn't common knowledge. Then you have hobbies and maybe you work out because you need to prioritize health before the views. Health always comes first, remember that. Then you maybe touch grass, so you know that there's a difference between how people behave in the real world and online, and that is totally different. And that is also pretty cool and nice to know. And then finally, you stay in touch with people that care about you and your future, and you care about them too. And these are the aspects in life that you shouldn't put aside, even if they leave you with only 1 or 2 hours per day to make content. These might for sure limit your possibilities to stay consistent and make you consider doing less time-consuming content or upload less frequently. But the thing is, you can still be consistently putting out 1 or 2 long-form videos of high quality a month and still be successful. But this only works with long-form content.
The longer the better.
And that is the main reason why I'm quitting YouTube Shorts made from scratch. That breaks the fourth wall constantly. Because it isn't worth it.
It's not worth it.
And also because it's pretty difficult for your short form earned subscribers to bump into your long form content or even search for it. So you know what you gotta do to make your life easier now. Finally, the last factor, as always unfortunately, is money. And the statement "time is money" here becomes it's either time or money. And this statement is true because if you don't want to spend money, you'll need to learn many things. For example, you need to learn editing, audio mixing, recording gear. Then there's also design, storytelling, marketing, and a lot more to become good and competitive in this saturated field. So you'll need a lot of time and effort. Besides, you can be good at many things, but you won't be as good as someone who is specialized and is great at only one thing. Because the meme that says that there's always an Asian kid that is better than you is real. We all know that. So if you don't want to rely on someone else, you gotta put in a lot of work. So you need to keep that in mind. If, for example, you want to make high-quality edited videos, you don't want your videos to be a worse copy of someone else's. So you might want to keep it more simple and find your unique style of editing or character. But one thing is for sure, if you don't have money, you'll have to do everything on your own. Sucks to be poor, right? I feel you on that. But that's just how it goes.
Welcome to reality.
To summarize things, what do you have to do to stay consistent and not quit? The first thing you need to do is choose the right format for your video ideas, in which you should prioritize long-form videos to build community and maybe get monetization pretty soon. The second thing is that there's no set number for consistency. The algorithm doesn't care if you post every day or once a month. It only cares how the viewers react to your videos. Do they watch your videos until the end? Do they like? Do they share? Do they subscribe? Do they comment? That is the thing that matters the most. The third thing to remember is that if you've just begun your content creation career, or you are at a point where you don't profit from it still,
You guys are getting paid?
you shouldn't take time out of important things in your life to follow uncertainty. So only use your real free time for content creation. The fourth thing is it's either time or money. But money makes things easier and better even if you have time, because it gives you more possibilities.
Money is power.
You'll need time to learn all the skills needed to make good videos and content in general, but money is a limiting factor for quality because with better gear you can save a lot of time and achieve higher quality. But if this sentence made you worried, don't get discouraged, because there are many content areas where being real and having an interesting and relatable talk in front of a camera or a phone is all it takes to reach millions of people. The fifth and last reason is a last-minute addition from me, and it is don't make content that you don't want to make or you don't like just for the sake of getting views. What you can do instead is figure out the reason of why that kind of content works. And the reasons can be many. For example, you can grab the viewer on an emotional level, so you make them feel sadness or happiness enough that they want to comment on your videos. Or maybe you strike the curiosity in them because your content is so interesting and out of the ordinary that they will want to ask questions in your comments. Or again, rage bait, strangely enough, works well because it gets people riled up, even though that isn't the kind of engagement that you should want. And there are many more reasons why some types of content work. But I won't list them all right now because it won't literally take like an hour video by itself. But what you really want to do is basically figure out these reasons and implement them in your videos in a way that your final result, so your final video, when you click upload, makes you think, yeah, I did a pretty good job, I would say. And that's basically all that matters to make you keep going. When you are proud of your work, Even if you don't get the recognition from the outside, you will still be able to keep going. Well, that's all I wanted to say for now. And I know this is just advice from some random guy on YouTube that doesn't even have that many subscribers and is not recognizable at all, but what I really think is that people learn from the mistakes of other people. So in this case, you can learn from my mistakes and save a lot of time, avoid a lot of stress and trouble. And I'm really glad if I was able to do that. Also, I'm really curious to hear how your journey with content creation is going, and if you found this video relatable or useful at all. That being said, have a good one. Wisney out.